Greetings, weary internet travelers. Welcome to Under the Cover. My name is Kyle Remnant, and we are about to take an exclusive look into some of the new issues we carry here at Willis Music. When you think about American music history, there are several names that stand out as some of our nation's best. But there are only a few that have surpassed the test of time, and one of those is most certainly Woody Guthrie. If you don't know much about Woody Guthrie, I implore you to Google him, or Bing him, or whatever search engine you use him. Today we're going to look under the cover of the 75th anniversary edition of Woody Guthrie's Roll On Columbia, the Columbia River Songs. In 1941, Woody Guthrie went to the Pacific Northwest and worked alongside one of the plants out there that was part of the World War II construction that was going on the Columbia River. Through his experiences, as you can read in this book, he wrote several songs. When we open up the cover here, we see an introduction, some biographical information, and a good walkthrough of what we're going to experience in this book. He has songs about the river itself, his songs about the homes and the farms nearby, the dams and the jobs, and then there are some later that he just wrote text to that later Pete Seeger would write tunes to. So as you see here, this one says, "It takes a married man to sing a worried song." It just shows you the melody and has some chords listed above, but then on the right page it gives you the additional text to the verses. So this is the 75th anniversary edition, Roll On Columbia, the Columbia River Songs by Woody Guthrie. At Willis Music, we like to think that we are the champions of good customer service. Anytime you walk into one of our stores, you are greeted with knowledgeable and courteous staff who will show you right to where your needs are, whether it's print music, instruments, or what have you. Oftentimes, you might be greeted with such warmth that you think, is this the real life? Or is this just fantasy? I'd like to introduce our next book, which is a collection of Queen songs for easy piano. You may have been thinking, well, Queen writes some very difficult harmonic functions in their music. I can't play that. Introducing the Easy Piano Collection. As we open this up, when we go under the cover, you see a good list of songs, some of their very best. And then when we get into some of the music, it doesn't look all that challenging. But that doesn't mean it's still not complex. We see a lot of simple parts, but the chords listed above imply some of that difficult harmonic function that Queen is known for. This would be a great book for you if maybe you were alive during the Queen's heyday and you're just starting to get into piano. Well, this is a great way to play some of your favorites. Or maybe you would like to pass on your Queen fandom to a child. That would also be a great book for them. This is one of those books that as it sits on the shelf, it just screams out at you. Are you going to take me home tonight? And finally today, we would like to conclude this episode of Under the Cover, as we often do, with one of our very own Willis composers' publications. This is Up Sandy Ripple Road by Wendy Stevens. As you can see, it shows the road on the front of the piece, which I think is pretty great. As we go under the cover here, we do see a lot of ascending lines as to imply you are going up a road. I think that's pretty clever. So you do see a good bit of left hand crossing the right hand here. A lot of it is in the treble clef, but there is some in bass clef as well for the left hand. This is meant for an early to mid elementary level student, and I think it's very approachable. It's got, you're holding the damper down throughout, so if your student hasn't experienced what it's like to use that damper pedal, this would be a great way to introduce that. And it's got a great deal of dynamic contrast in there too. So this is Up Sandy Ripple Road by Wendy Stevens. To purchase the books discussed today, or any of the thousands of titles we carry, Visit your local Willis music store or go to willismusic.com.